يا أيها الناس إن كنتم في ريب من البعث فإنا خلقناكم من تراب ثم من نطفة ثم بالعلقة ثم من مضغة مخلقة وغير مخلقة لنبين لكم ونقر في الأرحام ما نشاء إلى أجل مسمى ثم نخرجكم طفلا ثم لتبلوا أشدكم ومنكم من يتوفى ومنكم من يرد إلى أرذل العمر لكي لا يعلم من بعد علم شيئا وترى الأرض هامدة فإذا أنزلنا عليها الماء اهتزت وربت وأنبتت من كل زوج بهيج صدق الله العظيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وما أمروا إلا ليعبدوا الله مخلصين له الدين صدق الله العظيم. My dear respected brothers and elders, I was thinking about what do we talk about today. Thought came to mind that we should talk about sincerity again. The reason for this is, my dear brothers, we live in a time where people want to become famous. Even those that are doing good actions want to become famous, especially the young ones. They lead Taraweeh Salah, they want to do TikTok video of their recitation. They want to show the world the blessing that Allah has given them. They go for Umrah, they want to have a picture with the ihram on, put it on social media for likes. They go to Medina Sharif, they stand near the mazar of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and start taking selfies. Ya Allah. So my dear brothers, when we look at the hadith, we hear from the start of Ramadan, what do we hear? Man sama Ramadana imanan wahtisaban. Whoever fasts with iman and sincerity. Man qama Ramadana imanan wahtisaban. Whoever stands in Taraweeh, whoever stands in night prayer with sincerity. So everywhere we see, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is reminding us, if you want the reward, you have the added condition of sincerity. The hadith of Janazah Salah. Whoever goes for a Janazah Salah, he will get the reward of 1 qirat. Then Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also added the condition, if he goes with sincerity. Scholars say here, massive reason. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said with sincerity. Why? Because we know in our community, we go for Janazah Salah. Why? Because we have to go. Muru dikha upar hai. I have to show my face. What will he say if I don't go? He came to my dad's janazah, I'll have to go. All nonsense. Lack of sincerity. Your janazah namaz will be done. You don't get any reward. So it has to be with sincerity. Even now the Eid night is not far away from us. In the hadith of Eid, Rasulullah ﷺ said, Man qama laylatil eidain muhtasiban lam yamut qalbuhu. The person who stands in Eid prayer, then with hope of reward, i.e. with sincerity, then his heart will not die on the day the people's hearts will die. This is referring to the Day of Judgment. What does it mean that his heart won't die? It means that he won't be in a terrifying state and worried and concerned and grief-stricken on that Day of Judgment, which we have to all stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the person who stands on Eid night, now I know mashallah we've been at itikaf, all of us here, most of us here, and many of our home praying tahajjud, in Ramadan. Now, what normally happens on Eid night is, chalo abhi chutti. Everyone's going to leave take the bistaras and leg it out from here after Maghrib Salah on Saturday night or Sunday night, looking forward to it. But then when they go home, sometimes they forget the speciality of Eid night. Laylatul Ja'iza. This is the night of gaining from Allah subhanahu, making dua to Allah ta'ala. Allah, out of your tawfiq, we were able to keep these fasts. We were able to pray Taraweeh Salah for 29, 30 nights. Allah give us the full reward. Accept from us. We're not deserving of it, but accept it from us. So my dear brothers, this is called Laylatul Ja'iza. So on Eid night as well, spend some time in Qiyamul Layl. Whether if you can pray, if you can wake up at Tahajjud time, subhanallah. If you feel it's going to be a hard one, especially with Fajr and Eid namaz early, no problem. Before you go to sleep, pray 4 rakats, 8 rakats. So inshallah, you get the reward of Lam Yamut Qalbuhu. His heart will not die on the day of judgment. That day is very long. We know in the hadith, in the Quran we read today, Miqdaruhu khamseen alfasana, 50,000 years. But we stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, 50,000 years. The scholars say, if you want that standing to be easy, then stand in salah here. Make your standing long here. Then when you stand on that day of judgment, Allah ta'ala will make it easy. Make your standing long here, Allah will make it easy. And we should think to ourselves, why did this most important act we have is salah, so why is it standing? It's to remind us. One of the reasons we remind us that day you're going to have to stand 50,000 years. Why is there 2 sajdas? One reason mentioned before is because to remind us that we were created from the ground and tomorrow you'll be going back there in the ground. Our Hazrat Rahmatullah Ali used to say, when he used to walk, when he walks, he says, you should remind yourself when walking that today you're walking above the ground, tomorrow the ground will be above you. This is Muraqabah Hazrat taught us. Allah, Kabir, Ajib, the thoughts that, the thinking always about the next world. That's Hazrat Rahmatullah Ali, Allah Akbar. When you talk about sincerity, if we've seen anyone sincere, Hazrat Maulana Yusuf Mutala Sahib Rahmatullah Ali. Khatam day, we used to pray Taraweeh Alhamdulillah in Dalun Berry. On Khatam day, everyone from far away would come to see Hazrat, meet Hazrat. Hazrat would pray Taraweeh, and all the way to the fire exit, if you've been to Dalun Berry, Jama Khana, from the fire exit, he would walk around home on his own. No interested in meeting the whole world. It's the 29th night. Tonight is a night of ibadat in his mind. So we have to focus on ibadat, not time for meeting the whole world. So sincere. Look at us today where people want to meet celebrities, take pictures with them, post it on social media. None of that nonsense. Hazrat, extremely sincere. And look how he always wanted a low-key place. He didn't want a big massive thing. And Allah took him away in Canada. Allahu Akbar. Such an amazing person. Such a sincere person. So much khidmat. Our Mufti Shabbir Sahib says even the computer would give up to try and calculate how much reward is going in the Hazrats. Because all this we pay Taraweeh here, he's getting the reward as well. Where did my respected father study from? Dalun Berry. Sheikh Salim Durood Sahib, Dalun Berry. Sheikh Ahmad Ali from Bradford, Dalun Berry. Maulana Muhammad Sahib Chandiya who comes here, Dalun Berry. Allah, how much reward Hazrat Rahmatullah Ali is given. No fame, no name, he's a low-key person because he's gay. Sometimes, nowadays, people want fame. Once a person came to Hazrat Sheikh Zakaria Rahmatullah Ali, and he never met Hazrat Sheikh before. He just came to learn zikr from Hazrat Sheikh, came to meet him, salam. And in that one meeting, Hazrat Sheikh Rahmatullah Ali gave him khilafat. I give you khilafat. You're worthy enough. So this person, he was a very, very low-key person. He didn't want anyone to know about his status in the eyes of Allah, his ta'alluq with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So then, he went back to Pakistan. I think northwest or some region in Pakistan he lives. And then someone who was in that majlis went there in the area and told everyone, you don't want to qadr of this person. This is Hazrat Sheikh's Khalifa. So then that Mufti Sahib got angry. Why do you tell everyone for? Hazrat Sheikh gave me this inam, khilafat. And today I asked Mufti Hayat, I asked him a message, what's the name of that Sheikh? He said Mufti Mukhtaruddin. And then he sent me a picture of his khanqah, at Ramzan. Honestly, he looks like a picture in Haram. When people are walking out and there's thousands of people. Massive gathering. So imagine this person who went, he didn't want any following, he didn't want any followers, but he was so sincere. He went to meet Hazrat Sheikh once. Hazrat Sheikh gave him khilafat, and now hundreds and thousands are benefiting from this Sheikh in Pakistan. He's alive today. Mufti Mukhtaruddin Sahib Damat Barakatuh in Pakistan. So Kabir Ajib, they don't want fame and they're getting all this. Look at the example of Hazrat Maulana Rashid Ahmad Gangohi Rahmatullah Ali. His famous story, he's a young alim, he's just become Fariq, he's very enthusiastic. So he reads a book and he sees, he has an ishkal objection on Maulana, a big Maulana called Maulana Muhammad Thanvi Rahmatullah Ali. So he goes to the khanqah, he travels. He gets there and there was 3 buzrugs in the khanqah. Haji Imdadullah Muhajir Makki Rahmatullah Ali, Hafiz Zamin Shaheed Rahmatullah Ali, and Maulana Muhammad Thanvi Rahmatullah Ali. So he walks in, and Hafiz Zamin Shahid Rahmatullah grabs him. Hey, what brings you here? Oh, I've seen an objection in Maulana Muhammad Thanwi Rahmatullah's work, so I've come to debate with him. New Farid. He's an amazing scholar in his own right. So Hafiz Zamin Shahid Rahmatullah said, okay, leave your objection for now. Just sit with Haji Imdadullah Muhaji Mukiram. Just sit with him for a bit. So he goes and sits there. He doesn't just sit there for a few minutes, few hours. He ends up staying 40 nights with Haji Sahib's khidmat. And after 40 nights, Haji Sahib says to him, okay, you came here. Now, whatever I needed to give you, I've given you. Go back to your place, to your teaching, whatever you need to do, go. But regular, write to me of your halat, your status. Hazrat Maulana Rashid Ahmad Gangohi was a teacher. He used to teach all the 6 books of hadith in the final year himself. Imagine his knowledge. Hazrat Maulana Rashid Ahmad Gangohi. Anyway, so he never wrote to Hazrat. So Haji Sahib, the Sheikh, wrote to Hazrat Maulana Rashid Ahmad Gangohi that tell me about your halat. Bhejo, what's going on? What's your state like? So look what he wrote back. He said, Hazrat, since I met you, after spending time with you, my condition is this. Now, when someone praises me or criticizes me, has no effect on me. This is ikhlas. Someone says, mashallah, you prayed this very good, or you did this very good, no effect. Someone criticizes you because you're doing it for Allah Ta'ala, you're not bothered what they say. He said, this is my condition since I met you. Number 2, the Shariat has become my tabiyat. Meaning, I just have to pray my namaz and do everything proper. I just can't live without it. And number 3, I have no objections on any small matter of deen or any big matter of deen. I have no objection on any part of the deen of Allah and His Rasul. When Haji Sahib got this letter upon his head, he said, Allah Akbar, look at this. He spent, Allah Akbar, what a personality. Hazrat Maulana Rashid Ahmad Gangohi Rahmatullah. Sheikh Yunus Sahib Rahmatullah used to explain to us sincerity. He says, if you do something for the sake of showing off, like nowadays people do, may Allah protect us all. It's a big disease, and most of us are not safe from this, of showing off. Someone's watching, we're making dua, someone's looking at us, we pray namaz, we lengthen it, all this. So Shaykh Yunus Sahib said, if you're doing it to show off, if you do it to show someone, first of all, you don't know where they're looking. If you do it for Allah Ta'ala, whether it's in a dark room, you know Allah's looking at you, number 1. If you do it for someone else, you don't know if they're going to get happy. If you do it for Allah, Allah will get happy. If you do it for someone else, even if they get happy, what they're going to give you? They might give you some money, what they're going to give you some reward, inam, gift. If you do it for Allah Ta'ala, Allah will give you so much, you won't need to go anywhere else. So why are we doing it for other people? So my dear brothers, the message is this. Now whatever we do, we should do it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hazrat Maulana Bilal Sahib does bayans every day in Ramadan, mashallah, amazing bayans. So one of them he mentioned on sincerity, he mentioned the Buzrug. He said once the Buzrug was praying Quran Sharif, he was reciting Surah Taha, he said, on his balcony, maybe outside on his balcony. And he heard some footsteps at the top balcony. So when he was reciting Surah Taha, he was reciting quietly, but when he heard someone, he recited one ayat loudly, just to show that I'm praying Quran Sharif here. So then, that night, these big people, they get reprimanded. So he went to sleep, and in a dream, he saw the Surah Taha written, and under Surah Taha, the angels have written the reward. That this ayat, you get this much reward, this much reward, this one. And that ayat that he prayed loud, he had nothing under it. He said, what's going on here to angels? I prayed that ayat as well. Where's my reward for that? So Allah said, no, not for that. You don't get reward for the ayat because it wasn't for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So my dear brothers, this for big people, they get reprimanded. Today in Ta'aleem, our respected brother was reading today in Ta'aleem that Fudail bin Iyad rahmatullah alayhi missed the sunnah of wuzu. The same night he saw Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam reprimanding him, saying, why you did wuzu against the sunnah, you missed one sunnah out. So for the big people, they get reprimanded slowly. But we, every day, we get forgetting things or lack of sincerity. So what reprimand are we going to get? So we need to start in this Ramadan. We should think that why is it man sama Ramadan imanan wahtisaban? Why is it night of Eid with reward? Why did Nabi Sallallahu say when you go for Janazah Salah with sincerity? Why this sincerity? Because of the importance of sincerity. So my dear brothers, bring this quality within us. Just finishing off, tonight is Thursday night. We normally talk about Durood Sharif, so we should recite Durood Sharif. Shaykh Yunus Sahib Rahmatullah would say, recite Durood Sharif with 2 intentions. One is, it's the hukam of Allah. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, sallu alayhi wa sallimu tasliman. So our intention should be, I'm reciting Durood Sharif, it's the hukam of Allah. And second intention is, it's the haqq of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How much Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam did for us. What a teacher. Once a Sahabi came in namaz, and in early days you could talk in namaz. You could ask someone how many rakats when namaz came. So he came in namaz and someone sneezed. So the Sahabi, he said, Yarhamukallah, in namaz. He wasn't aware that you're not allowed to talk anymore. So after namaz, people started looking at Sahaba, looking at him, wow, why are you talking in namaz? Why are you saying Yarhamukallah loudly in namaz? What's wrong with you? So then Rasulullah, he went to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam explained to him nicely. And he said, what a teacher Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is. Never shouted at me, never scolded at me, never hit me. Just, there's no teacher I've seen before him or after him more kind and greater than Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Once Nabi sallallahu some of the Yahud people, they would say Assalamu alaikum. Instead of Assalamu alaikum, they would say Assalamu alaikum. May death be upon you. They used to curse Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when Hazrat Aisha Lana heard this, she said, may the same be upon you, and Allah's curse and Allah's anger be upon you. So what was Nabi Sallallahu response? Nabi Sallallahu said to Hazrat Aisha, Mahlan ya Aisha. Stop, Aisha. Take it easy. Don't need to respond in the same way. Alayki birrifq. Be gentle. What a teacher. He's being scolded, his wife is backing him up, but he knows that this is not the way to respond to such people. So my dear brothers, like Shaykh Yunus says, Durood Sharif paro, because it's the hukum of Nabi Sallallahu and the right of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Hukum of Allah, right of Nabi Sallallahu. Once Nabi Sallallahu, last finishing off, Nabi Sallallahu was once in a long sajda. Abdurrahman ibn Auf, I think radiyallahu anhu, came, and he waited and waited and waited, and Nabi Sallallahu was taking ages. He's getting scared. Has he passed away? Has he left this world? After Nabi Sallallahu go, he said, who is it? He said, Abdurrahman. So what do you want? He said, Ya Rasulullah, I thought you gone. It took so long in sajda. He said, Jibreel salam just came to me and he said that from your ummah, whoever prays one salam, Allah will send 10 salam upon him. Whoever sends one Durood Sharif, Allah will send 10 Durood Sharif on that person. So in shukr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I did sajda. Oh Allah, what a gift you've given us. That my ummah only has to send one Durood Sharif and get 10. My dear brothers, just pray 100 Durood Sharif on a Thursday night, Jummah night. And in the hadith, I think it says 70 of your needs of the next world will be fulfilled and 30 of this world. Allah, 100 Durood Sharif, how long does it take? You can pray the shortest one. The most rewarding one is the one we pray in namaz. If you just pray Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the shortest one, or Sallallahu Alaihi Nabi Ummi, inshallah you get these virtues as well. So that's why every Thursday night we take time out, we pray Durood Sharif. You know, when we used to go to Alum Berry, Hazrat, you know, we used to, if you go into Hazrat Rahmatullah's gathering, like Mufti Noman mentioned, he wouldn't say anything. But one day he got up, he turned around and looked at us and said, you guys come for Durood Sharif Majlis here, but don't think that I've come here and I've done something big deal. This gathering of Durood Sharif is just a reminder, he said. It's just muzakkira hai. That means the whole Friday you're supposed to be spending as much time as you can in Durood Sharif. These 10 minutes we spend in Darul Berry with the lights off, this is just a reminder for you that aaj Jummah ki raat hai, Jummah ka din abhi aane wala hai, to Durood Sharif padho, kasrat karo. So this is the message, inshallah. May Allah give us the ability to have ikhlas in our action and pray regularly Durood Sharif. Have a habit, start from today, and every day at least 100, 200, 300, whatever you can do, be consistent. Even Quran Sharif, when Ramadan ends, it's sad that people put the Quran Sharifs away. No, even if it's half para, quarter para, what Allah Ta'ala likes to see in His servants is continuous. That's what Allah Ta'ala loves. So may Allah give us the ability to practice anything good that has been said. Subhanallah bihamdihi, subhanakallah wa bihamdik. Nashrullah, nastaghfiruh wa natubu ilayk. So we'll spend 5-6 minutes, inshallah. Lights off. The Durood Sharif, inshallah.